I suggest maybe you get an attorney.
She is an attorney, Your Honor.
Well, that's even more alarming. Ma'am, I remember everything I do. Do not try to address me that way. I will have a memory that will throw you in circles. So don't come at me like that. Because if you come at me like that, you're going to get hurt.
This courtroom is a full-blown circus, and poor Judge Simpson is stuck as the ringmaster of a show he never auditioned for. You got this woman waltzing in like she's a top-tier attorney, bragging about her law school experience. But the only thing she's actually mastered is wasting everyone's time. She's misfiling paperwork, switching fonts mid-motion like in an art project, and acting totally clueless when called out. What was supposed to be a simple eviction hearing has now turned into 3 months of courtroom chaos. At this point, I'm just asking myself, why is the court still entertaining this nonsense? There's a fine line between persistence and performance, and she crossed it miles ago. Let's see how this disaster managed to spiral so far off track.
RNJ Group, or is that what it's supposed to be? $J Group Holdings versus Azar, Sadehi Stanfield, and Gazal Stanfield.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning. Anthony Mamina appearing on behalf of plaintiff R&J Group Holdings, LLC.
You got either party here?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Azar Stafford.
All right. And this is a termination?
Yes, post-lease term termination. We're not seeking to terminate for non-payment, Your Honor, just because the lease has in fact terminated.
The lease has expired.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. What's your position on that? They're seeking to terminate your tenancy. Your lease has expired.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is not a landlord-tenant case, Your Honor. This is the owner of record versus the real owners of property, which are us.
Pardon?
And yeah, we are the real owners of the property. This property was wrongfully foreclosed. This property, I petitioned for a stay because our case against Wells Fargo is pending in federal court. And we want Your Honor to issue the stay because we also notified Mr. Mamina that is in fact them that are violating their contract because this was not a tenancy. This was lease with option to buy. We have been notifying them that we are ready to purchase the property since it has been 2 liens gone on the property. Our mortgage is ready, our down payment is ready, and then they cannot remove the liens, Your Honor. And the liens are one from Ann Arbor Township. So unless R&J Group remove the lien, we cannot proceed with our mortgage to purchase the property. And this was our plan B to begin with. Our plan A is our case pending in federal court for wrongful foreclosure. So I want to petition for a stay before this honorable court.
Well, I'm not going to grant a stay if that's what you're asking for. However, you say there's an action that's pending in federal court?
Correct.
Counsel, you know anything about that?
No, as a matter of fact, I do know something about that, Your Honor. What they're claiming is that there was a foreclosure started by Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo failed to honor. They're claiming, we don't believe that's the case, and the pleadings bear that out, failed to do the necessary post-default workout as required by some of the COVID statutes relating to defaults and mortgage defaults. It has nothing to do with us. We are not a party to that suit. We haven't been served with it. As a matter of fact, I've been advised by your office or the clerk in the court that Ms. Staffeld, who incidentally is a Juris Doctorate, as I'm told by her, and a PhD and other advanced degrees. So she's not uninformed here, Your Honor. This is in fact a lease with an option to purchase. That's it. It is what it is, and I've provided a copy. It's not.
Wells Fargo.
She does not own the property. My client is the record owner of the property. We agreed to lease it back to her. She was the former owner. She lost it in the foreclosure, which is the subject of the federal action that involves Wells Fargo, not my client in any regard.
Well, hold on a second. So,
Go get the Wells Fargo from the bank.
hold on. So that I'm trying to follow this. Wells Fargo foreclosed on the defendants in this case.
Correct.
Your client is the purchaser from that foreclosure?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she's challenging the foreclosure in federal court. All right, here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to the 28th, 2025 at 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., excuse me. Ma'am, you are to file an answer to this complaint along with information regarding the federal lawsuit.
So here's where the story really tilts into absurdity. She's begging the judge for a stay, basically asking to pause her eviction. But there's one huge problem. She doesn't even own the house anymore. It was sold in foreclosure. That's like demanding your old landlord let you back in because you still feel emotionally attached. It's delusional. She's not fighting for justice. She's fighting for time. And Judge Simpson's patience? Hanging by a thread. Once a foreclosure's finalized, that's it. Game over. Yet she's still cranking out filings, changing fonts like it's going to reset her legal status. At this point, it's not a case. It's a hobby. And honestly, I don't blame the judge one bit for being over it. He's trying to close the curtain on a 3-month courtroom soap opera that should have ended after the pilot episode.
I understand that plaintiffs in this case aren't a party to that, but I'd like to at least take a look at that before issuing any ruling on this case. So you'll need to file an answer. It should include not only references to that federal lawsuit, but I'd like a copy of the complaint and answer also on that.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can you extend that 1 week to 2 weeks?
Do you have any objection to that, counsel?
I certainly do, Your Honor, but of course.
Okay, then
I'll
do what the set. We'll go 1 week out, folks.
Thank you so much,
28th,
Your Honor.
3 p.m.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice day.
Our $J Group Holdings versus Azar Segdahi Safel. Okay. So, what was that?
Ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And where are we on this?
May I pass to the bailiff to hand this to the...
What is it?
This is the petition for joinder before federal court we filed, Your Honor.
The petition for joinder?
Yes. We amended the complaint and we added R&J holding to our federal complaint in U.S. court.
No. Have you seen that?
I have not, Your Honor.
Well, you can't just give me things and expect the court to take them without showing opposing counsel.
Okay, I have a copy for him. He refused to accept it.
Your Honor, she hasn't tendered it to me. Also, for what it's worth, yesterday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, the defendant served upon my office a ream of pleadings, responses, motions to stay, motions to dismiss, and so on. And I did my best.
For what case? For this one?
For this case. We're not a part of that federal case, and she is doing the classic attempting to turn this into a federal case, when in fact it's just a summary proceedings action, Your Honor.
Absolutely not, sir.
And I did also give her copies of everything I filed by overnight mail, and today I handed it to her a while ago and she gave it back to me. I'm not going to fight over it, but they served me with a series of motions. I had to
I
respond
don't have any motion.
no.
Yes, Your Honor, the package in front of you has a motion to dismiss, has petition for a stay, has answer to the complaint. and
Okay,
has a
you filed these
counter-complaint.
today? Yeah,
No,
today.
we filed it yesterday, Your Honor. You only gave us a week to answer. Remember, Your Honor?
Your Honor, you gave her.
Oh, ma'am, I remember everything I do. Do not try to address me that way. I will have a memory that will throw you in circles. So don't come at me like that. Because if you come at me like that, you're going to get hurt.
I respect.
Counsel, what were you saying?
Your Honor, I was saying that as I recall, and I wouldn't challenge your memory, you may as well, when we were appeared and she asked for the opportunity to present some reference to this federal case, you
Yes.
said, we're going to adjourn this till next Friday at 3, and you can deliver to me a copy of that federal case so that I can look at it.
Right.
Not file a whole host of other pleadings and other matters at the last minute. I mean, that was tough for me to handle, but I got it out, Judge.
Well,
A copy of federal pleadings is part of that package that was hand delivered to this gentleman and to the court, Your Honor.
Now she's escalating this whole thing like it's a federal case. Theatrics on full blast. You can literally see her calculating every word, switching between helpless victim and wannabe lawyer whenever it fits her script. Then she complains about only getting a week to respond. Girl, you've had months. And when Judge Simpson finally clapped back and told her, "Don't come at me like that. I could throw you in circles," that was the moment everyone in the courtroom collectively exhaled. He wasn't being harsh. He was setting boundaries. The man's been more patient than most would be in his shoes. At this point, it's not about the law anymore. It's about endurance. And she's testing everyone's to the limit.
We have nothing to do with that federal case, Your Honor, at this point.
Thank
She has a
you.
case against Wells Fargo, who was a prior mortgagee in the case. We have nothing to do with it whatsoever. We're the deed holder of the property.
there's also been a parties added.
They counterclaimed against us yesterday at 11 o'clock in the morning and filed several motions. No parties have been added to this case, but she says she wants to add us to that federal case, and I
Well,
encourage.
the caption is changed.
Correct.
You can't just change the caption.
Well, we haven't been served. And I got the document.
Counsel, I get it. I'm just saying this caption that I have on your documents is not the caption of this case.
I'm sorry?
The caption here, who is Carl Stafford?
Carl Stafford is here. He's my.
I don't care if he's here. He wasn't a party to this case, was he?
No,
It says all residents of the house, and he's the resident of the house.
You can't just change the caption.
What do you suggest I do, Your Honor?
You don't want to hear that. I suggest maybe you get an attorney because I just don't.
she is an attorney, Your Honor.
Well, that's even more alarming. I don't even know what to do with this because the caption has changed, right?
Yes.
You served motions, and apparently there's a counter complaint that the other side or whoever was supposed to add doesn't have an opportunity to answer. I don't even know if there's been a summons issued for these other parties.
Yes, there has.
Are you an attorney?
I'm not a bar license holder attorney. I went to law school.
Counsel, you filed an amended complaint, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
All right.
We have not received that.
I gave it to her.
No, we have not received,
I
sir.
gave you the packet and you gave it back. to me.
When was that,
Just
sir?
now, I gave it to
You
your
gave it
husband.
to
You
me
two
now.
want to have your own darn conversation. You can do it outside. You don't need me here.
I
I'm not going to be a third wheel on a date in my courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, very sorry. I did give her all of those pleadings and the amended complaint in a white envelope, which she
Did he-
handed back.
Did he give you an envelope and then you give it back?
Yes, because
Why?
because I tried to give him the joinder and he gave it back.
She never handed it
This is
anything.
like, this is like kindergarten. I'm going to accept the first amended complaint, counsel. You can serve it on her in whatever way you wish in terms of either you can do it by email or you can serve it by first class mail. If she won't take it, she won't take it. What you filed, which starts out entitled plaintiff's defendant's answer to the counter, you're going to have to refile this. I'm striking this pleading. You can't just change a caption. Well, guess we're done. And so I'll give you a week to get that out. I realize it delays the proceedings, but I don't think I can do anything else because I don't know why these parties are running around in this case that you just added to this as the petition to stay is filed on this is crazy. You're gonna have to start over. I'm striking all of that you
Okay.
filed, and you're gonna have to just do it right. I'll take yours, you serve it, they'll have to answer, and then we'll go from there. I don't know that putting it out to next week is gonna do us any good, so I'm gonna put it out to the 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court if it may. She hasn't paid rent. They haven't paid rent since November. The rent for November, December, and January is $5,000 a month. And the rent for February and March is $5,500 a month. I would ask that you ask them to escrow.
What is the current monthly amount of rent?
It's, there's a holdover provision, but we'll accept the normal rent, Your Honor.
About 5,000?
5,000 for.
I'm gonna order escrow.
Escrow, we would pay it in escrow, Your Honor, but not to them because they have to sell the property to us.
I'm gonna order that you pay escrow to the court in the amount of $5,000. I'm not gonna do a proration back to the original. You'll start that March 1st. It needs to be paid within 7 days of the date of my order, and then needs to be paid each month while this matter is pending. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please
Thank you,
put
Your
the
Honor.
order to that effect. I will
So
adjourn this.
February rent and March rent?
I can only have March rent.
March.
I could prorate a day February, but I'm
That's
not.
not necessary. We'll accept the,
March 14, 2025 at 1 p.m. I feel a cold coming. 1 p.m.
Your Honor. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, I will now. All right. Now, give it. Yeah, give it, because, Ann,
Can I take it?
can you what?
Could we submit the joinder or no?
You may, if it is in proper form, submit it anything that you like, but not to me.
Okay,
You can file it with the clerk's office once the file gets up there.
by all means.
Just don't. Just don't. Just
Are we dismissed, Your Honor?
bye. Yes.
Thanks, Judge.
You can always spot when the chaos hits peak level. Papers start flying, voices start rising, and suddenly the legal expert is fumbling like a rookie. It's classic sovereign citizen energy, confidence through confusion. And when she proudly announced she went to law school, Judge Simpson wasn't even fazed, because apparently that law school was decades ago in another country for one semester. That's not education, that's a vacation. Honestly, I have to hand it to judges like Simpson. They sit there, stay composed, and let people dig their own legal graves, all while staying professional. But at some point, the system has to draw a line between fairness and foolishness. Because when court becomes a stage for delusion, justice gets buried under drama. So tell me, Do you think everyone still deserves their day in court, even when it's clearly just a performance?